Before we start, I like to give a huge shout out to all my Patreon members. All credit goes out to them as it's their support that is helping me create these videos. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment to FMSCOUT's YouTube page. Peace and enjoy the video. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to FMSCOUT's YouTube channel. It's RDF and today we're going to be talking about or looking at a tactic that is a Tiki Taka for the lower leagues. As you can see, it was very successful for me using Middlesbrough. Out of the 46 games we played, we managed to get 112 points. The top goal scorer was Britt Asombalonga. The highest average rated player was Patrick Roberts, who was on loan to us. And the best pass completion was Adam Clayton. Before we get started on the tactic, I'm actually going to show you some stats quickly. Things like the average possession. We actually averaged 60% possession throughout the season. For me, that is very, very impressive. That is something that is not very easily achieved. We was the top goal scorers in the league with 94 goals. Our pass completion throughout the season was 87%. Our passes completed, we finished 6th with 19,531 passes completed. We also created the most chances in the league, alongside having the best defense in the league. So we pretty much dominated throughout the whole season. One of the downsides, or the flaws you might say, is that it made a lot of fouls. 609 fouls. That was from us trying to recover possession a lot, but this can be reduced by simply just a little tweak that I will be talking to you about. But now let's look into the tactic, and as you can see, it's actually very, very similar to the Pep Guardiola recreation that I made, and it is basically based off that. I have tweaked it to make it a lot more suitable for the lower leagues. These tweaks, such as making it more suitable for the players that don't really have the same level of technique and the same level of work rate, teamwork, agility, things like that, that were very important to the original Tiki Taka tactic. So let's start talking about the tactic a little bit. And out of possession, as you can see, we've got the much higher line of engagement with a higher defense line. So we are very aggressive, trying to win possession, trying to be on the ball, be on the front foot. Our defensive width is on narrow, so we are looking to protect the central areas of our goal. But when playing against the big teams like Leeds, for example, in the Championship, they have very, very talented wingers that we don't necessarily want to give them too much time on the flanks to cross the ball. So you can actually change the defensive width to standard. The pressing intensity is something that I tweaked. It is now a more urgent instead of extremely urgent. And I think that is what makes our team a little more solid at the back than the original Tiki Taka tactic. We will be preventing the short goalkeeper distribution. Again, this can be tweaked, this can be removed when you are playing against big sides and you just want to make sure your players are holding their position a little bit better. When you are preventing short goalkeeper distribution, you may notice that one of your strikers will run and close down the goalkeeper, while your other players will shift up a little bit more further forward to try and cut off passing lanes, making it harder for the goalkeeper to play out from. We do also have the get stuck in option. This is something that will be accumulating a lot of fouls and a lot of cards. If you are not a fan of that, this is something that can be removed. But I found that I won possession much better with this instruction on. In transition, we are going to be counter pressing the opponents when they have possession of the ball or when we do lose the ball. And when possession has been won, we are going to be countering, getting our advanced players into open spaces if possible. We are going to be distributing it to the centre backs, but be careful with this. If your centre backs have low composure, low balance, low concentration, then this is something that you might want to remove. In possession, our attacking width is fairly wide. This gives our players a little bit more space. This also allows us to stretch the pitch and stretch the opposition, drag the opponent's players out of position and making it a little bit difficult to defend against us. With approach play, when we do have the ball, we are going to be looking to pass into spaces. We do have our fullbacks overlapping. Again, to have this work into very, very great effect, your wide players will need or should have good teamwork attributes. Playing out of defence is something that we are looking to do. That is something that is key to our play. But again, when you are playing against the big teams like Leeds, for example, this can be removed because sometimes reaches might not have the quality of the players to perform this during a match. Passing directness and tempo, I've left it on default. On default, it will be matching the team's mentality, which is on positive. In the final third, I have actually gone for floated crosses. The reason why I've gone for floated crosses is because floated crosses and low crosses, because for me, I feel they require very minimum technique. Something like whipped crosses would actually require a lot of technique. And I've also opted for floated crosses because of my striker. He's actually a decent physical striker. Floating the ball into the box, even if we don't win it the first time, it also gives us the opportunity to win the second ball. Dribbling, we're also going to be running at the defence, but of course this instruction will not be going for everyone. As you would know, the wing backs on attack will be dribbling a lot. The wingers and inside forward also will be dribbling. This option is just to make that dribbling instruction a little bit more extreme. Now let's talk about some player roles. For the goalkeeper, we are going to be using the sweeper keeper on defence. He's got take fewer risks and tackle harder on him. The reason why he has take fewer risks because he's a sweeper keeper. Sometimes he might be looking to take that risk. For the centre backs, this is a role that I tweaked from the original. They were originally ball playing defenders. Ball playing defenders will be aiming to take more risk on the ball. So I have got them on central defender. For the right hand side though, I have asked him to take more risks as we got the wing backs on attack and the advanced playmaker in front of him. Maybe we can get the ball to our danger players a lot more. In the defensive midfield position, we have the halfback. He will be aiming to drop deep into defence when we do have possession. He offers us protection, especially when the opposition aims to counter-attack us if we do lose possession of the ball higher up the pitch. On each side of the halfback, we have wing backs who will be looking to attack at all times when we are in possession of the ball. On the wing backs, we are asking him to take fewer risks alongside shoot less often and mark tighter. In central midfield, we have box-to-box midfielder. On the box-to-box midfielder, he is one person that I'm using dribble less with because I want my central players to be passing a lot more often. I want them to be keeping the ball moving and getting the ball to our danger players. The advanced playmaker also has dribble less for the same reason, so he can keep the team ticking, not looking to dribble but pass first mentality. On the left hand side, we have the inside forward who will be the goal threat alongside the false nine. I'm asking him to pass shorter, tackle harder and mark tighter. Tackle harder and mark tighter is so he can be a little bit more aggressive out of possession when we are trying to win the ball back higher up the field. On the right hand side, we got the winger. I'm asking him to cross from the byline. We also have the wing back crossing from the byline, so removing this is actually an option, but it's something that I prefer to keep. I don't want him to be looking to shoot often. I want him to be looking to be a creative player. And up top, we are going with the false nine. Also has shoot more often. This is an instruction that actually works very, very well for me. It does get them to shoot a little bit more often, but it also gets them in advanced shooting positions. And in the league, he has a 56% shot on target ratio. For this instruction to work at its best, I do feel you need very good decisions. Asamba Longa doesn't have the best decisions, but bear in mind we are lower leagues and 11 on decision making might be at a decent level. He also has shoots with power, which is again something that might be helping him score quite a few goals. So that's it for the tactic, and now we're going to move on to the training sessions. For the training sessions, this is actually a schedule that I used on a previous video. It was for Chris's 4-3-3, but this training schedule also suited this formation or this tactic very, very well. Of course, I tweaked it a little bit more for it to suit this tactic. On the Thursday, you can see we are actually heavily focusing on the set pieces. Attached is also a 2-match schedule, so when you have 2 matches during the week, there is also a schedule for that. Now, a little tip for this league, you will be playing a lot of matches. I played 46 in the league, and then that's not to include the cup matches too. So this is what my rest page looked like. It was literally no pitch or gym work all the way to 80 to 89% condition, and when it got to 90 plus, I'm only using normal intensity. This just helps with fitness level a lot. My players were fit. I also did get a few tired players like Britt Assombalonga because he played 44 games out of 46. Towards the end, you can see he was feeling a bit jaded. But now let's look at some results. If we go to the schedule, it started off fairly well. Apart from getting knocked out of the EFL Cup, something I was very, very disappointed with because I wanted to see how far I can go with that. And then we went on a very good run, 4 games without conceding. We then went away to Cardiff and we lost 2-1. We went on another unbeaten run, very good, but then we lost at home to Hull City. I feel that we dominated these games as well, but anyone can tend to beat anyone on their day. But as you can see, we've done very well. We went on another good unbeaten run, but with a few more close games like a 1-0 at home to Barnsley. We got a decent draw, 1-1 away to Leeds. Then we done the 2-2 away to Swansea and a 1-1 at home to Birmingham, which was very disappointing for me, but it happens in this league. There are a lot of games and some players do get fairly tired, especially around the January period. In the FA Cup, we was actually tied Accrington Stanley again. This time I said, no way are we losing, and no way we didn't lose this time. We won 2-0. In the 4th round, we got West Ham away. We managed to get a 0-0 draw away. And then in the 4th round replay at home, we worked them 3-1 fairly easily. And in the very next game after that, we lost 2-1 away to Brentford. They scored a penalty in the 90th minute. And this is when I started getting a little bit worried because Brentford overtook us in the league and they went first. And then again, I overtook them with my unbeaten run all the way to the FA Cup quarterfinals and very, very disappointingly lost to Blackburn. We equalised in a very, very last minute through Johnny Howson, and then Lewis Wing decided it was a smart idea to score an own goal in the 98th minute, which was fairly disappointing for me. But the league wasn't over, and then at home we got a 1-1 draw to QPR. Then we lost 2-1 away to Hull, and again other teams were playing catch up, and this wasn't good for my nerves at all. And after that, we beat Millwall 4-0, then we beat Bristol 3-0 at home. And after that, we beat Reading 2-0, and then that is when we finally had the league title in our hands. But that's it for the video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, or comment, whichever you want. You can do all 3 if you want. Please stay safe out there. Take care of yourself. Thank you to everyone, especially to my Patreon members. Peace and love. See you soon.